So, good evening, all. Hi. Hello. So, this is our first online meetup. We are trying something called online initiative. So, this is our first, I can say not first, but minus one start actually. We are trying to set up everything, and I hope everything goes fine. We are learning and trying to do as much as possible. But in this occasion, it's a perfect day to start this online streaming activity or initiative because today is this year is 10th year of our EWS user group Ahmedabad. So this is one of the best actually. Then probably you know Mahakumbh, right? Today is the last day of Mahakumbh and it is coming after 144 years. So I believe like our user group also run 144 years. We'll see also next Mahakumbh. And third is Mahashivratri. So I think this is the perfect day to start this online initiative. Today we are going to discuss about Cloud Club, how Cloud Club captain or Cloud Club can be applied. And today with us, like Rajiv. Hi, Rajiv,
Hello, sir.
and Janvi with us.
Hello, sir.
So they are champion Cloud Club. They have already done a lot of things in Cloud Club area, and I think one of the most active Cloud Club they have from Silver Rock University. So we are trying to discuss a lot of things. Before starting anything, probably if you can give base introduction, Raj. We'll start with Rajiv.
Mm, Hello everyone. Myself, Rajiv Joshi. I am currently pursuing my BTech in Computer Engineering from Silver Rock University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. And I am glad that I became Cloud Captain. I got the opportunity and I became the Cloud Captain for the year 2024. And yeah, glad to have, glad to be here.
Can we check like our audio is okay or not, please?
Sure.
Anybody can check actually. Can just say audio is okay. Can you see comment? We can see comment. Anybody has reply.
I'll check that out. Yes, the audio is okay. Okay, so we'll be relying a lot on you guys regarding your comments or any questions you guys have. So I hope you guys are active in our YouTube questionnaires too.
Yeah, thank you for again confirming. So we'll try to keep this as a kind of a conversation. It's not kind of a friend discussing each other. And instead of like suggesting something, we'd like love to have some conversation from all of you also. So again, these are the two champion, and they are going to handle this online streaming initiative. But we are starting with them, so they are now on the hot seat, and I am taking as a moderator basically. But they are going to take this initiative, and I am really thankful to both of them. They have taken this responsibility, and I hope we continue up to 144 years.
Sure, sir.
Okay, thank you. So before starting anything, obviously Cloud Club. So we can start with Janvi if you can help us to understand what is AWS Cloud Club, and then probably we'll go ahead. So over to you, Janvi.
Okay, I'll give my little introduction first. Hello, guys. I'm Janvi Bhakchandani. Was serving as the AWS Cloud Captain at Silver Oak University for the tenure for 1 year for the year of 2024. And currently, I'm gonna be an active AWS UG Ahmedabad member. So, regarding AWS Cloud Club, this initiative is for students, led by students, and by students only. This is an initiative done by AWS where they try to empower students like just like us, like university going students, to branch out more in AWS. How learn their services. They provide you a lot of initiatives. They provide you a lot of certifications. Through this, we can also learn and also empower other students to know a lot more about AWS and start their AWS journey.
Yeah, so I mean, when I also first started as a cloud captain, before so taking everyone a few months back, I was active member of the cloud club in our university, but I was not very much engaged in it, that I know what basically cloud club consists of or how it works and what is the structure behind it. So then when the year 2024 started, I got the opportunity to organize one event and to be the part of it. And after that, I got to know that okay, cloud club is something that works for the community of the students to make the to raise the awareness regarding all the new cloud technologies that is been coming out of the big infrastructure companies like AWS, and to give them a platform where they can also interact and use those services and increase their knowledge. So one of the best thing about the cloud club is that also.
So thank you both of you for introducing. And as per my knowledge, this is the third year. We completed second year for Cloud Club Captain, and this is the third year. So probably you have finished your journey, and yesterday only, I hope so.
Yeah.
And this is a sad as well as good also. But we'll share like what all experience you have, and probably what you love, what you hate, or what you expect more. So that will help future cloud club captains what they can do. But before becoming cloud club captain, we need to apply, right?
Yeah.
So again, like we love to understand, or everybody need to understand how to apply, what is the process, and let's start with simply how to apply. So Rajiv, can you help us to understand how to apply, or both of you? It's for both of you. Anybody
Okay.
can start.
Uh, okay, so first thing where you need to go is AWS Student Hub. So basically, it's an open platform where AWS announces its new things and new any technology or any service that is useful for students, and all the new it basically like website newsletter things, that all the updates are coming there, uploaded there, and everything. So first, when you will go to AWS Student Hub, you will find that AWS Cloud Club is one of the part, and there it will be highlighted that AWS Cloud Club cohort applications are now open. So that's the first thing where you need to go and click on that link to start the application process. And once you click, it will take you to the special different website where you will be given the form, and you will need to provide all the details of your cloud of yourself and why you are eligible to become the cloud captain. And Jan will continue the rest of the process.
Okay, so the application process is quite simple, I'll say. So, as you know, the cohort has started and the form would be out right now. So, there are main three things that they look at. First goes is the questionnaires. So, whenever a university decides that this student should apply for it and everything, they give them this form. So, in that there are very basic questions like, do you know about cloud computing? Do you know about AWS? You know, those questions more revolve around your not pre-existing knowledge about cloud computing, how much of technical knowledge you already have, as well as your they also kind those questions also say about your leadership and what roles or perspectives you have taken before this. So these questionnaires are a way for them to predict what kind of a personality you have, what kind of a journey you have been through, how much technically inclined you are, and if not, how much more you can give in. So one thing that I noticed during this questionnaires is a lot of students use chat gpt or AI, anything like that, to write their answers. Now, just so you know, if you do that, AWS does know about it. They are very clever with it. They have a whole AI system over there, so they can predict the patterns, and they very clearly know the student has used AI for their answers, and they do reject that application. So this is one of the bigger things that I see. Second thing is the video round. Now, the video round requires for you to, learn about an AWS service. Anything it could be, whether it be the easier service, like the beginner level services like S3, EC2, IAM, or, you can use other AWS services like Bedrock, SageMaker, and everything. The student has to be very well revised ki what this, service means. And then you have to make a short video of you explaining. Let's just say you have an audience around you, so how would you explain the service to those? So the video is like, you have to film yourself a video, like the way you're talking and everything, and then upload it on YouTube. And that link is to be attached in your applications too. So that this is the second process also, that it's part of all the forms. Now, third thing that they have newly introduced is that they require a permission letter from your university, that's declaring that, yeah, you guys are that the university will support the AWS Cloud Club initiative as well as the captains. Now, this is a very must. If you want, if you're a student, we see a lot of questions coming in, like, we are a student, we would love to be part of AWS, we want to open a cloud club, but they do not tell the university that we are doing this. So it creates a miscommunication between the AWS advocacy team too, as well as the management of a university. So before anything, before even applying and everything, you need to let your teachers know, your professors know, your HODs know that you are going to apply for it, and their permission letter is required for you to go forward with the process. So this is how the application process lies fully.
Oh my God, it's too much actually. In our user group, we don't have that much process, but yes, seems to be Cloud Club is very standard and structured program, so it's good actually. So I think there is a checklist, right? So before somebody apply, probably they should ready with presentation, then they should ready with video, then they should ready with the later also. So it
Yeah.
will be easy. Otherwise, they have to repeat the task again and again, right?
Yeah.
One question always everybody or all student might have, that is, in student life they have first year, second year, third year, fourth year, or maybe third and fourth year. If it is like 3 years course, we have third year is a final year. If it is a 4 year course, fourth is a final year. So according to AWS, is there any guidelines like in which year they should apply? Rajiv, if you can help us to
Uh,
understand.
yeah, so basically, there is no specific guideline that if you are in the third year or fourth year, then only you should apply. It's basically up to you if you think that you are capable enough and if you are eligible for the cloud captaincy, and you can become the good captain and good leader. So there's no problem if even a first or second year student can apply. But the thing comes that there is a one catch, that if you are in your third year, let's just say, if you become captain in third year, then fourth year you cannot become cloud captain again. It means that you will get that opportunity once only. You cannot renew your cloud captaincy, as you will be not the part of university in next year. You will be graduated. So that's just example of me only, that I put it out the application and I filled the application in my sixth semester. So when I filled the application and when I was done with it, so now I am in eighth semester and I cannot, if I want to, but I cannot renew my process of becoming cloud captain again, as cloud captaincy is only till only for the students who are in university. So that is one of the eligibility criteria that you should keep in mind, that if you think that you want to run it for 2 years or you want to be the lead for 2 years, then you have to apply a little bit earlier so that you can get that chance again. Otherwise you will have to pass on the opportunity to someone who is more better and you think that can do better than.
But Janvi, still like what is the best year to apply? As per AWS, they might select there are more chances to select you as a cloud club captain.
Okay, so for me, if I think of it from my perspective, I feel when you're in your, second year of your uni, like engineering lasts for 4 years, right? When you're in your second year or your third year, that's the best time for you to, join AWS. Why I'm saying is because the first year when you enter any university, that's your exploring era, where you explore, you see what you like, what you don't like. Second and third years are the years where you pick up those things. And also, like Rajiv already mentioned, that if you become a cloud captain, you're hooked for it for a whole year. That's the whole year is your tenure. So we get a lot of people saying that I'm just going to graduate in 6 months, 6 7 months, can we still apply? That's a no. You should at least have 12 months, for you to, you should be graduating after those 12 months. You cannot be applying before that. As well as one more thing is ki you should be 18 years above. We see a lot. So what happens is usually when somebody enters a uni, when in their first sem they're already 18 or 9, going to be 18 and everything. So these kind of patterns are seen. So that's why I personally see and recommend that people who want to join should be from second year and third year, so they can explore and see. The second year students can renew it for third year, but the third year students will only be for 1 year tenure. So my recommendation would be second and third year, and you should be 18 above.
Okay, so 18 year above is one more criteria.
Hmm.
So what I believe is like those diploma student probably they will not qualify for this, right?
Yeah.
They cannot apply at all.
Yes.
That's good. This is once you apply, as you mentioned, like application is comparatively very simple, right? It's not difficult one, except probably presentation and video. But there are so many people are applying, right? So if I am applying as a cloud club captain, how what should I do something which will make stand out for me actually? So it will be slightly AWS will notice me. So what it can be as per both of your experience. So probably we can start Janvi.
Okay. For me, I'll say the standout is your originality. The more, the your own perspective that you can bring in your answers. And why I say that is last year I had a chance to meet, the head of advocacy team. So AWS Cloud Club come under advocacy team. So the AWS advocacy team is the group of team members that actually, help you out with this initiative. They always, keep you in line, tell you about, help you all the time. So it comes under them. So I had the chance to meet the head of our AWS advocacy team. She is not the head anymore, but her name is Jen Looper, and she was a very, someone who was a very good impact for me. So I remember talking to her about my, you know application, because I was like, what you saw in me that you chose me. So she told me this, that we could see your personality in your answers. We could recognize you, because I said, right, there are question answers and then there is a video set. So according to her, I was very, the way I wrote my answers kind of said a lot about how I was personally, and the way I presented myself in my videos was a very quick giveaway. Key these two people, this person is the same. So I see a lot of people, they, even though if you are able to, make your answers really good, but you're not able to present yourself in the video, you won't be able to they'll actually reconsider you or see someone else. So that is one thing, that personality is main. I see that. Second thing is your motivation to do anything. Like for me, during my applications, I did mention out that I was very active in my other clubs in my uni. And I was very, and prior that, I had worked in AWS Cloud Club, even as a core. So they do see that, how much visibility you have, in doing any work like that. And
Yeah. So I think probably in your case you are very good in speaking, and probably on screen you seems to be very good and very confident, right? But people probably not good in speaking or something. Is there any way we can stand it out, or they must need to do some practice?
For then I can say I was
Yeah.
not.
By the way, Rajiv has some small accident and still he's with us. You can see some bandage and other things on his face as well as in hand. So, but thank you for all even with the accident you are with us. So, thank you very much.
I'm glad to be here, sir. Thank you for inviting. So, for the community who feels little bit underconfident or sometimes feel nervous when speaking, so I was also part of that. And as Janvi covered the most of the part, but uh, when I was the filling out the application, okay, the if I give you a little bit of intel information, I recorded my YouTube video almost 30 times before uploading it.
So, it seems to be you and Janvi as competition.
Yeah. I had to retake 30 times to get just one good shot of my video. But yeah, the when you fill out the answers, make sure that you realize that the application that you are filling, it is to serve the community, and it is when if you become the leader, you have to voluntarily do the things that reach out to the students. It is not a something that you will just get position and you have to do nothing. So you have to put out your experience, that how can you help EWS to reach out to maximum students. As Janvi was also I was also a member of another club in my university, and prior to AWS I was also doing some volunteering work, which led to me becoming part of AWS cloud clubs. So at there I had the little bit of experience, that how to serve people and how to bring out the news or some event or some kind of new technology in front of the audience, how to represent it. And somehow that helped me in filling out my application. First of all, don't use chat gpt, but whenever you write the answers, try to maintain the thing that the if that you are doing something that is helping student and creating awareness about the technology. So you should have that thing in mind.
So perfect actually. I don't know, like all the companies they wanted to take advantage of LLM kind of chat GPT, but when we are applying, they say don't use chat GPT. That is something highly contradictory. And in marketing, they say we are using LLM like anything. But anyway, that's a good, because probably what they want is honest answer, not good answer,
Yeah.
right? So whatever you are, they wanted to see like what you are, not like all good things. So that's the best way. One more, probably everybody have in mind, like is there any guidelines like you should have some pre-experience with community or cloud club or some technology that will help us, or is there any some guidelines, or you don't require any prior experience, or prior experience will help you to stand out, or no?
You handle this.
So I'll say if you're someone who hasn't worked in the community before, but are very eager, you can still apply. Okay. Yeah, but helping in the community and volunteering always, stands you out because they have a bit of more clarity with you. Ki, yeah, this person can actually work. Second thing would be that, let's just say, which technologies you should be well conversed before applying that. So when I applied it, I will say that I was not very much conversed with, cloud computing in general. Yes, I knew what AWS was. I already had a cloud club, and our captains before that, before us, were really good enough and showed us a lot of, AWS experience. But yeah, I was not well versed. But I had that thing that I want to learn. So one thing I did was in AWS Educate. That's a free platform for anyone who wants to learn AWS. So they have a small course kind of situation that if are well versed with this course and everything, you have to answer a small MCQ from that course and you get a batch. So I remember doing this, that when I had to fill the application form, I was like, I don't have any knowledge of it. So how do I do it? So I went to AWS Educate, started learning from there, and it's all free. So I got that badges, okay. And in your application form, you have to send your LinkedIn profile or anything. So there they saw that even though I might not have prior experience, did my research, learned it, and I posted about that batches on my LinkedIn. So that was a plus point for me. Even though I was not well versed, I was ready to learn, and I had that proof that my batch, that I was well equipped with the services at least. So that was one thing. So if you're like me and did not are applying but did not know anything, yeah, you can start this, you can do this, and I'm a very live example of where it is now.
Yeah, so that's great. Do you think, Rajiv, in that case certification helps?
Well, yeah, certification does have a good impact in our application. I have also earned some badges, and before filling out the application, I passed my AWS Cloud Practitioner exam, which is,
Wow.
yeah, which is, if you know that, it is an foundational and entrance level exam, practice certification exam, which you, if you have done, so you get the prior experience to all the services, like you just know the basics and everything. So that means you are well equipped with the knowledge.
Great. So one question is, uh, maybe some mistake you should avoid when you applying the form. What could be it? You should not do that. So if you have some, like if you can share some experience, don't do this. You already mentioned few, like Chat GPT. Don't use Chat GPT. They can find it out. Honesty instead of good answers, right?
Yeah.
So that we want. So, but if you can have something more, like you wanted to suggest, don't do this, or
Yeah.
this is a mistake, common mistake people are doing. So any thoughts on that?
Well, for some, hopefully we got selected, so we don't know much that if we get wrong. But and some things in your one thing is obviously genuinity in your answers, and other thing is when you put out the application or when you put out the answers or when you put out your knowledge regarding the cloud services and everything, you should try to put that the knowledge you are representing is genuine and it's not something like that you are just putting out for just the getting sake of selected and everything. And other than that, when you represent your video, that YouTube thing, when you have to upload the video, so in that you have to show yourself a confident, like people are like me, when we record for the first time, when we do this type of things, we got underconfident and like what will I do, kaise hoga and all. But once you start it, you will, I find it funny. So once I start finding things funny, it's easy for me to go through that. So you have to be a little bit, you have to show confidence in your application that okay, you, that they are choosing the person who is to be becoming a lead. So they have to get also confidence from your application. So one thing is that you should keep in mind.
Yeah, so that's a good understanding. So I would love to share like two things. I think Rajiv is a the retake in terms of like video, we can say retake 30 times, and Janvi has done it 40 times. Right?
So one thing I'll mention, I think when he mentioned that you have to be confident, a lot of people would be like, how do we be confident on video? Just so you know, when you record your video, your face should be showing. Okay, so you can use streaming platforms like OBS and everything for your face and your voice to be shown with your PPT. So that's the thing, because I keep I think I did not mention that before, but we do get questions like how do we make our video. So that's one thing I'll say. Oh, you should not overcome it. I know. Thing why I'm saying this is key. I won't say this person's name, but I saw this person's application, and they in that application they overcommitted a lot of things. And when they overcommitted, the application looked very good and very fine. Okay, very crisp, but they did not get selected. And the reason why they did not get selected was when I saw their video, I could very clearly see that whatever they said was really, they were just making up. So even if you overcommit and make up, they know this. So because if we can figure out, I'm sure they are professionals. They'll figure it out before us. So that's one thing. Second thing I would say is do not lie to your professors or do not lie to people, who are giving you this opportunity. You know, do not keep them in shadow because that can always create misunderstandings for everybody. So whatever you have, be very clear with them. But even regarding our applications, I remember more than, so our university, like I'll put a small shout out to them. Our university, Silver Oak University, we had really good faculties like Dr. Satvik Khara sir, Mayure sir, Digan sir. So when we were applying, they were very positive towards us even when we had more fears, and we were like, even with our mistakes with we did when we were putting for applications and everything, we were very clear with them कि हमने गलती से ये गलत email डाल दिया है, should we just message them and tell them to change it or anything like that. As well as we had a lot of people since who are seeing UG YouTube know Nilesh sir as the lead. He was also one of the bigger guiding force who was pushing us, as well as Dimple Bab. So as well as our older captains like Parth Ben, Pujan Bell, they were very supportive towards us. And you are bound to make mistakes during applications. Like I said, I put it a wrong email. So during this whole thing, you need to be very honest with them also. You should not keep them in shadow. I see a lot of people doing that too.
So I think you have given that answer ahead of my question. But like how crucial it is that getting support from your university uh, compared to the captain, like those who are not getting any support from the university, and if you are getting support in university, I know everybody has a lot of constraint actually. Whatever way a captain want, it won't be happen always with the university. There are other constraint, and that we don't know. We don't have the visibility also in terms of we are cloud club captain. We wanted to do a lot of things, right? But then sometimes your university say no, don't do this or don't do this way or that way. because they are big university and they are also concerned, very much concerned about something should not happen wrong. So that might be happen, and it's a good conflict actually. I don't say it's bad conflict, and that's a learning process. As a leader, you should resolve the conflict. So this is the first step actually. You are coming like in how to resolve the conflict in case like whatever the condition, good or bad, we have to come out with that. We have to produce good things. So that's a I think the process you already started learning, and that should be actually if you are not getting any conflict or any issues, then probably you will face in future. So better to face in this first step when you are leading as a student or you are a leader as the lot many students. But in case like how crucial you should get support from your university or college, that is one question. You've given some answer, but if you wanted to add something, probably is always better.
I mean, it's truly needed. You know, what happens is sometimes we see this in few people that they get a certain kind of position. Like, let's just say this person became a cloud captain. They're like, you know what? Now I'm gonna rock the whole world. I know what to do now, this and that. But you need to understand that you know that saying that the whole village was not made by one person. You need a group of people joining you, doing that work, putting the same hard work as you to make it more fruitful. So that's the case. When you think you have gotten the position, no, it's not just you, it's the whole university that's getting the position. Yeah, you might be representing it, but without their support, without their encouragement, without them motivating you, you cannot go forward. So yeah, university does a lot of it's very, their support is very crucial. As well as I'll also say that a lot of user groups are there. AWS also has user groups in multiple cities and everything, so their support is also needed. So we were very kind enough. Sir was very kind enough. We also had really good faculties in our university, so that was why we were able to do so good and shine to our brightest. You only saw our faces, but the reason why we shined were because of their brightness. So it was even our university, I feel it was also the user group that supported us all fully.
So, Rajiv, if you wanted to share something on this, how crucial the university support is for Cloud Club Captain.
I mean, without university support, you cannot run a club inside the university, right? So first of all, uh, I had prior experience with the faculties and interaction with them regarding the some events organizing and everything. But other than that, when you need to reach out to the students, when you need to reach out to the community of the student, then you need some people who can help you and be the guiding force for that. And that was our faculties in our university. So I feel if it wasn't for their support, we couldn't have been done some big events or some uh, big what do we say, awareness sessions and everything. So yeah, it is important to get the commitment from your faculties, also commitment from yourself also, that whatever you are going to do or whatever you are going to organize, that should be done with the permission of your faculties and with your seniors, so that it won't clash with the university guidelines, first of all.
Great. Uh, and we like you discuss. You've given a lot of point about university, but lighter part like what about your home? You have to give a lot of commitment to Cloud Club, right?
Oh my god.
Sleepless night, and maybe 1 or 2 days you are not coming to home, and still you are students, and a lot of responsibility to whenever you are doing large event. You have to do a lot. I know, symposium you have done. That was the first symposium at your college. Then the community day we have done. So I think then for us probably we are professionals, so that's fine. But as a students, your involvement is something beyond certain level. So what about home? You have to balance, right? So what
Well,
is your opinion?
well, cannot say much about the home. Parents will be watching this soon, so yeah, we'll have to go again to the home. So but yeah, I will, as sir mentioned, that we are proud enough to host the first ever symposium in India from EWS student. And with that, my first kick in for university events and club was that when we were doing Gujarat's first ever deep racer league. So it is an insight, but yeah, I reached out at my university at 11 in the night
Oh my God.
for the for the preparation. And first thing, actually my parents were sleeping, so I just went to them and said, okay, university જવું છે, સરે બોલાવ્યું છે, કામ છે. તો my mother was like, उधर कुछ है तेरा अभी शादी वादी है कि इधर ही जाना है तेको. So I said, no, it's an event and my whole team is there and they are all preparing, so I need to go there. So I reached out at my university at 11 and came home back at 2. So that was my first experience, and that was a fun and enjoying experience that I am still glad that I've got to be the part of that. But other than that, yeah, parents, obviously they are parents, so they have concern that their child's health is not in danger or something like that. They are running here there just for 2 days straight for the, and before events I feel my mom and me just have fights that खाना खा के जा, खाना खा के जा, खाना खा के जा, घर पे आराम कर ले. But yeah, before the events I reach out home at my at home around 7 or 8 or 9 in the night. So obviously that there those are some concerns, but I feel I got good support from them also when I became the club captain. They were the most happy for me to represent something big like that. So yeah, there was some fights and everything that happened in DC family. But yeah, other than that, it is the best part that you get to be everywhere at once. So for
Uh,
me, it was great.
that was nice to share some of the experience. I hope, like your parents will watch this and they will proud on you.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think all moms are same.
yeah.
So probably Jani being a girl, also do you have some other experience or not much?
Actually, my experience from him is quite different. So,
Wow.
when I was applying for it, so whenever I do something, I let my parents know already, like my mom and dad, that I'm gonna apply for this, I'm gonna do this. These are the pros, these are the cons, but this is what I'm feeling, so I want to do it. So I remember when I was filling out the form, I told my parents very clearly, these are the things you have to expect from me. I was very clear with them. It's for 1 year and I want to give my whole to this. So this whole year, there have been times that, we would wake up. I would not stay late in UD at least, but I would like by 8, if it's very needed, then I'll be till late and then leave home for home. But I'll be in the morning, I would come early, like by 6:37. I would reach uni early. So that was one thing. So we did not have any kind of that situation where my mom was like, you're very late at night. No, that did not happen. But yeah, she would. The thing is, I was satisfied with what I did.
So that's great actually. That means you have been very clear in what you wanted to do, and it has been informed to students as well as maybe yourself
Yeah.
and your parents also. So that's count actually.
Yeah.
So that's a good probably approach. You should be very open. You should inform everyone these are the things,
You should.
and they will be ready. So that's great. Uh, you have been Cloud Club captain for 1 year. It was very hectic and active. So, if you can share any, kind of a moment which is fun moment sort of things,
Okay.
something you maybe remember, you have a lot of fun, and you might be laughing today also.
Okay, so this is something that I remember from the back of my head. We were gonna do Cloud Elevate. Now it was gonna happen on a Sunday, and we had the chance that our main keynote speaker was Mr. Mike Chambers. So we got that information that he'll be here by 9:30 in our university. So we were like done. So we called all our volunteers by 7 because we had to set up the hall and everything. So what happened was, as soon as 8, like, point, I remember this so clearly because I was like helping a volunteer run and they had the speech to be done. So I was helping them with pronunciation and the mic setting was going on. Rajiv came running to me and he's like, Mike Chambers is here. And I'm like, what do you mean by Mike Chambers is here? He was gonna come here by 9:30. He's like, no, he's already inside our UD. He's at the gate. And I'm like, you can't be serious to me right now. He's like, yes, I am. I'm going. So it was so, and the thing is, he was so sweet. He wanted to meet the volunteers. So he was coming up for in the hall. So we were like, don't come right now. I think seeing you, our volunteers will become more, under pressure. So, it's fine if you could, stay at our, we had this another lodge for our speakers where they can sit, have a tea and everything until all the speakers come in. So we just made him sit there. And I remember, going to him and I was like, why are you early? That was my first question because I was so blank with all the volunteers going in and out. I was so blank. I was like, why are you early? Like, why did you wanted to come at 8? He's like, I came to meet volunteers. That's why. And that was such a sweet moment. I was like, my God, you, how I could understand that feeling, but at the same time, you are feeling so in pressure that we were like, you know what? Can you please stay here for an hour at least? Let us, because we were gonna start our event by 10. For the speaker to come at 8 was too much for us too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember that conversation with Mike. Like, he called me early morning and he asked me like, we can go. I say, let's wait some time. No, I'm ready. I'll go. So then he reached actually. So that was surprise for everybody. But he was like the community person. So even though you introduce with volunteer, and you know how this volunteership happens. So he's a complete person for volunteership. He was like doing this community activity only, and then he become a uh, community developer advocate in AWS. So it's absolutely fine. Rajiv, do you have any fun moment you remember as of now?
Yeah. Actually, I have two fun moments. One was in my tenure, and one was my previous Cloud Club captain's tenure, Pujan and Parth. So yeah, as I mentioned, the deep wrestling. So when I reached out at the university, so I am seeing 20, my whole team, like 20 people running here, they are setting up the track. One is doing car with Weber Marpani sir, who was here as a guest. He was here. He was also at the hall till 2, and our faculty.
Rajiv, I was also there.
Sir, I was gonna take your name. That our HOD, Dr. Satvik Khara sir, Mayuresh Kulkarni sir, Digan sir, Nilesh sir himself, and Jay Dave sir, and everyone was there till 2. So we were just waiting that once that car runs the whole track and our lives are set. So around 1:30 or something, that we prayed in the name of God and we started running the car. And that car took whole two turns, completed the two laps correctly, and we were like, yes, we won the lottery. And everyone was so satisfied with the job. So we went home happily. That was one moment that I very clearly remember in my tenure, in Pujan's tenure. And second moment comes here in Cloud Elevate itself, when event was started, everyone was in rush that okay, swags are ready, because there were more than 350 participants and you have to give swag to everyone. So it's a very hectic job to put everything in one. So we were going here and there, and one of our professor, Digan sir, came to me and said, Rajiv, you and Janvi have to come out. Media guys are here, and you have to give a little bit of interview.
Oh my God.
And I was like, sir, you cannot come to me and say that. I will say anything in front of the media. I am not come serious kind of person who will, properly, sophisticatedly impersonate the job. But Janvi first, she was like, "What? We have to go in front of the media? Wasn't we have to just? They were gonna write articles." So Deegan sir said, "No, they are here with the camera." So that was one very, I will say, proud moment, but it was also very one of the very pressurous moment that Deegan sir at the behind from he was saying, "Don't say anything wrong. Don't say anything wrong," to me. So it was like very fun moment for me. That was also very fun.
Yeah, I remember like media guys came and probably one of the media guys, he had impression like it will be a real full size car.
Yeah.
So he was searching that car. Where is car?
Yeah.
Then he was surprised. Okay, this is the kind of a 1/8 kind of a scale car. So
Yeah.
that was a fun actually. He was trying to locate like big car.
Yeah. That was awesome.
But meantime, anyone have any question on how to apply cloud code? Very specific questions you have, you can give to the chat. We'll try to look it into that and give the answer whatever the best we have. Yeah, please. If you have a question, you can go ahead.
Okay, I see this question from Rishabh Tanwar. What service should you choose while making the video? Like, I know VPC very well, but cannot explain it in more than 3 minutes. But with S3, I can explain it to 5 to 6 minutes. So, which service should I choose? So,
Let me first give, and you can give the comment. So what I believe, like Rishabh, right? So Rishabh, you are from Parul University, I know. So we have interacted. So what I suggest is let's prepare that. I'll guide you how to do that, and like precisely you should stick to VPC, I believe, because you know that, and I'll help you to do that. Like how to prepare that video, what should be content, what should be presentation, everything. So don't worry about that, but stick to VPC because you know that you will be more confident on that. So I believe you should stick to VPC, but probably you can have your own view also, no problem. Or how you selected the services when you present it.
No, sir, I actually agree with you that, if he knows VPC more, obviously he'll be more confident. For me, I chose DynamoDB because, to be honest, that was my first introduction to any AWS service when I was looking through AWS management console and everything. Now, since it was my first, that's why I chose it. There was no any specific reason that, why chose it. Was I more confident in it or nothing? It was nothing like that. It was my first service that I went through and, explored. So I had a bit of a sentiment towards it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this only in my application.
Great. But I like to share that you might see S3 and IAM services, identity and access management services, seems to be most easy. But believe me, initially learning curve is very easy, but they are the most complex services and most used services. If you go deep dive, probably you'll find out it's ocean. VPC is comparatively initially not easy, but then gradually probably it's not so very big actually compared to S3 and compared to identity access management. So I believe both service seems to be easy, but they are not actually. If you go deep dive, you can understand it's very difficult in many scenarios. You really have need to have a good knowledge about that. But Rajiv, which services you had presently?
Oh my god. So I selected, if I'm not wrong, I selected the service AWS SageMaker.
Oh my god.
I know. As January, I was also introduced to the lot of services, and to be honest, first contacted my previous captain Poojan that okay, you have done this thing. So according to you, which service should I take, or if you have anything as a suggestion, so do let me know so I can try, because it for me it's new. If I can take it, I might take something wrong or something which I'm not able to explain. So it will create a bad impression. So he sent me few names, and I like the AWS SageMaker because when I researched about it, it was something. It is service to train your models, AI models, machine learning models. So I found it interesting. Okay, you can train your models online when you have to use your PC, 3 GB, 5 GB of files continuously running and all, and at the same time you can run it on AWS platform. So I got it. I was curious about it, and that's when I decided, okay, I will go for the AWS SageMaker.
Yeah, great. So both services are I say not easy, but you're successfully done. So even I know I was not knowing that you selected that service, but good actually you're selected. So that's correct. One question probably might have many students have one that is like, once you apply, is there any chances to correct or edit your application, or once it is submitted it is done?
You should do it.
No, there is no chance to edit it actually. Once you put the application, you submit it, there is no going.
And is there something they revert back question or something, or no, yes and no, you are selected and you are not selected, that's it?
Yeah, it's simply like that. But those who are not selected, they also get a mail that, your application was good, but we would like to, go forward with somebody else, but we were very appreciative. And those who get accepted, they get that acceptance mail.
So that means the application is everything. If you
Yeah.
feel properly, your video, your presentation, and maybe certificate will or rather say letter from college, university, supporting letter, that will be very much helpful.
Yeah.
So application is everything, guys. So you put more effort to apply. Creating video presentation and support letter from the college is very crucial. And if you're not getting probably some issues, you can come back to any of captain or probably user group which is near to you. You can connect them, or nothing will be there, you can connect me, I'll find out resource person and try to resolve it out. So I believe application is the only way that will help you a lot. Do we have more questions?
Yes. So Rishabh said, thank you so much for answering my question. Vishmay, if I'm not wrong. Hello, my name is Vishmay, and I am from VGEC. I have extensive knowledge of various services, but I struggle with confidence when creating videos. Whenever I start explaining topic, I tend to get stuck. Could you provide something helping me to improve it?
Yeah, I can actually. Probably you can throw your highlight also. But I'm telling you, like, nowadays, if you record your videos with the help of mobile, we have something called teleprompter sort of thing available now. So at that time, it could be available, but I have not experimented. But one of our UG leader, Bhavesh, by uh, once shared with me, and I tried to use it. So what it is like, once you are filming yourself or when you are recording yourself, the tags will come into that. So both the same time, you can read the tags as well as presenting also. So if you practice something, that will be easy to record actually, because you have reference text, you can speak, you can read and speak, and then you can you are on the in front of camera also, you don't need to refer somewhere else. So this is one technique. Maybe 5 to 10 or 15% will be increased, but otherwise you have to record multiple times and see the video. If you are not confident, then probably less chances. Any other technique probably,
Okay.
other
See,
than retake is must.
yeah. So what I did was that why I'm saying that yeah, this is a good way of reading what you write and saying that in video. But as cloud captain, you have to be a bit more confident when saying out stuff, because that's you will have that is your credibility, that this is how they people would connect with you. So what I did was, for my application, was I did not use anything like that, but I went in front of the mirror and I started explaining it to how I would want somebody to explain it to me. Like, I had noticed how I express. I know. I think in this whole life, I use my hands a lot. I'm genuinely a person like that who does that. So I noticed that, and when you do that, when you monitor yourself, you can also know the, like how I said that I use my hands a lot, but a lot of things like that. So what I did was, before recording my video, is going in front of mirror and just practicing, and that practice helped me later on also when I became a captain. And whenever I feel like I'm feeling a little bit underconfident, I go in the mirror and I talk to myself like how I would to a person.
Said your home, your mom or dad is will not say you are crazy. What you are doing against mirror?
I think they have seen a lot of craziness from me to not realize anything anymore.
I think mirror got bored, right?
Yeah, truly.
Rajiv, your any views on that?
Yeah. So as I said, I live in proper. I am a Gujarati by caste. So as you can see, till I always do recording type of stuff at night only when everyone is asleep, so that no noises or something like that. Otherwise, whenever I start recording from behind, my mom is like, Rajiv, Jamba Aija, Jambi to Bhai. So it's like always something, there is something which can interrupt you in your speech. So for me, what I try to do is I try to make myself remember the thing what I'm about to explain. Like as Janvi said, she tried to do it in front of mirror, and from myself, if I am if I am interesting about something which I am going to explain, so automatically my confidence get boosted up, that okay, I have to explain this and I am confident, I am interested. So my expressions also became like that. So I find it okay when I started when I started recording about the sage maker thing, as I was very much interesting. Okay, I have to explain it to someone who are new to this thing, right? And I have seen videos of other cloud captains too. They are all available on YouTube. So I was very much impressed by them, and I was also very much interested. Okay, I am going to do this, and yeah, it's a part of my experience. So that also helps sometimes.
So I think confidence is one thing probably everybody should have. If
Yeah.
you are recording video, you should actually show, or those who are watching your video, they should understand this person is speaking confidently, right? So that is one thing probably, and the confidence comes probably once you face more uh, videos or kind of practicing against mirror. And second is knowledge.
Yeah.
Without knowledge, probably you will not get confident. So again, you have to get confident. There are some techniques both have shared here, and I believe technical know-how is also something which will give you more confidence. Any other question?
So I hope, Vishma, we were able to answer you. Third question is from Fenil Patel. Hello, I'm Fenil Patel from SCAT. I'm prepared with university letter and PPT for application video. I'm going to explain IAM service. I practiced some time for it for 5 minutes. Can you give me suggestions to make it more impactful?
So as of now, in this stage, it is slightly difficult to give more impactful. But Fenil, I know you we have connected, so from SCAT. Yeah, I have connected. So, probably will offline, I'll give you some suggestion like what it can be. Once I need to understand what you prepared and some of the impactful things, probably points we need to add. But yes, you can share if you have done this, how to create more impact with your presentation. So some of the things probably Rajiv and Johnny, both of you can share.
Sir already know everything. So
I'll say one thing if I have to add, I'll just add apart from confidence and knowledge, your body language, your facial expressions matter a lot. Second thing is ki when you're trying to present, okay. So I what my personal style is that I like to put on jokes, some tech jokes related to the service, or I'll maybe make them understand the service based on a real life situation. Okay, so that is my take. So that is my own unique way of explaining a such a set style to explain a service. So if you want to make it more impactful, I'll say maybe have a set style. That also comes from your own personality and originality. So even in video, I feel you need a bit more originality to make it an impact. So that's what I'll say.
Keep it light, right? Slightly instead of like monotonous tone or something.
yeah.
Keep it light.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything from you, Rajiv?
Uh, no, I feel most of it is covered by Janvi. But yeah, obviously your body language should be the key part, and you should just have fun what you are with the service or anything what you are explaining to people. If you are having fun, then it will automatically create a good impact in front of everyone, and they will automatically get to know, okay, this person is explaining something to us, and we are understanding it. So that is key part.
Wow, that's really nice. I think we cover most of the things.
Yeah.
Apart applying before you are being a cloud club captain. So we need to discuss maybe slightly on once you become a cloud club, what happened, right? Though it's almost 1 hour, but we'll slightly keep in short, and we'll try to understand because this is something motivation from them, and they also need to understand what are the responsibility they have. Just giving like they apply for a cloud club captain. Once you selected, it's not just something. Probably once you are selected, there are a lot of responsibility. You might not knowing a lot of things comes, right? Hurdles can be there, good things happens, bad thing happens. You should be prepared for all these things. So first simple question is like once you become a cloud club captain, what all you get actually? Do you get some mentorship training and other things and some responsibility, or is there any kind of book sort of thing, guide sort
Yeah.
of thing, or what all?
Uh, so yeah, I will start. Okay, from advocacy team, once you receive the mail that okay, you are officially onboarded as a captain.
And how you will happy, how you have managed like to keep yourself calm once you receive that mail, okay, you are cloud club captain.
We cannot share that in live stream, so it's fine. Um, I mean, we received. I still remember. I received that mail at very early in the morning, around 2 or 3.
Oh my
So
god, you are not
yeah,
sleeping there.
yeah, because that was so little bit behind the out of the thing to share. So before receiving the mail, I was looking through the advocacy teams, LinkedIn and everything. So they shared one thing which made me little bit of underconfident that uh, out of 187 1187 cloud applications were given in, and they have just selected 183.
Oh
Oh
my
sorry,
god.
83. And out of those 83, 13% ratio was for the females. So okay, as part of male community, I was like little bit okay, what if my applications were not good, what if I lag somewhere, what if I'm behind? So I was in my mind, okay, that is quite tough competition there. So when I first received it, I was very happy that okay, I was selected, given this opportunity, and I felt very grateful. But yeah, once you became the cloud captain, you get to get organized, you get invited to the meet organized with by the advocacy team. They first of all explain that okay, now you are cloud captain, so these are the things that you have to handle. So they speak about the events, they speak about the first of all memberships, that what are you gonna do with the members, how are you gonna reach increase the reach of the members and everything, how are you gonna raise the awareness between them, and if there are less members, then how are you planning to make most out of it, and how are you going to organize your team, because behind the success, every successful event or every successful tenure, there is some backbone team which have worked with us. So yeah, they introduced us to all those things. As you said, there is one, they in advocacy team they say captain's library. They shares with us. They share
Okay.
it with us, where there is almost everything. Like if you are doing event and if it's your first event, so they provide even creative templates for that. Okay, you can just directly put the speaker name, event name, and everything. You can just share it out. Otherwise, even if you are going for out for sponsorships, so how can you reach out to some sponsors, or how can you meet the sponsor, how can you create something impactful? So that is all I feel guided was guided to us by the advocacy team. But yeah, one thing which I was little bit nervous about, like when you become cloud captain, if you are if you are the one who's starting the cloud club, you are the first captain. So when you are starting from the zero, you don't have that much of a responsibility. You are the starting. Okay, how we'll move it however we can go, and we'll do our best. But me and Janvi were passed on the batons from our previous cloud captain, and I feel that is a little bit of pressure thingy, because they passed on the batons. They have organized some very good events. Their member reach was good, and they have been they were active in their club. So for me, I was little bit nervous from start. Okay, I have to do good as them. I have to reach at to that level, and I have to maintain that level at least. I had not let it decline. So we tried for it the best, and yeah, those were the responsibilities I feel, and rest will be, I feel, make you understand by Janvi.
Okay, as Rajiv already said that the advocacy team, whenever you join in, they take a meet, they let you know ki these are the responsibilities of you guys. One of the main everything revolves around is the members. You might be the captain, but the I'll say the it's just to you are the bridge for the AWS advocacy team to the members. And as a bridge, you have to understand that you're here for the members, you're not here for your own self. That's one thing. So AWS already has a lot of initiatives. It provides a lot of free certifications also for AWS Cloud Club. It provides a lot of swags to a lot of opportunities, like meeting opportunities, networking opportunities. But somewhere it's the captain's responsibility to provide that to their members. Like for example, if they're doing a free certification kind of thing, so first of all, captains are notified for it. Now it's captain's call to how to use that information to manifest and to make decisions for your members, so they can get more larger benefit from this. So there are a lot of opportunities, but what I see is how you are able to enable them. So let's just say, even if the advocacy team, the UG, even the user group is a huge part, when molding AWS Cloud Club. Even the university, what they can do is they can push you, they can give you guidance, they can give you necessities and abilities to do it. But at the end of the day, you have to stand there and finish that work. So it actually has a lot of mental strength, how much you can bring it for the. So I'll say, yeah, this is the most biggest responsibility that I felt, like bringing more for members.
Yeah, absolutely correct. But I have one counter question also. It's simple, but we need everybody need to understand. So you are a cloud club captain, and a captain cannot work alone, right? Captain should have supporters, right? So we require a team actually who support you or working with you. Maybe they have not that tag actually, cloud club captain, but they are equally important. So you need to build a team, right? Otherwise, it won't happen. So any thoughts on that? And you
Yeah.
can speak some name also if you believe like no, they have supported you.
Oh my God.
I
But
know it's exhaustive, but a few name you can.
yeah, obviously. So uh, behind all of our success, on behind our tenure and everything, we do have a team which helped us in making all those things happen in reality and accomplish all those events. Let it be out, staying till 4 6 and university and helping everything out. And yeah, some of our some of the core members which we had in our tenure was Snigdha, Aman, Jairut, uh, what do I say, Ayush, and lot of more people who throughout the tenure were somewhere the part of this team, And to be honest, we had a very big core team actually.
Wow.
So yeah, every member was supportive, but yeah, we got the most support and the most strength from the Snigdha, Aman, Jairu. Those three were obviously in every part of the team. They one was taking creative, one was making video, another one was helping in another creative, one was helping with the technicality. So it was like we were doing the other stuff, but we were trusted. We trusted. Although all of them gave us enough trust that we were leaving some things on them. We did not have to look twice. Okay, इसने ये काम करा तो it will be good enough to share.
Okay, he has covered up mostly half of it, I'll say. So, a quick, I don't know, will it be too much TMI or I don't know that, but we would both, there is another technical club in our university called IEEE, which we were already a part of. And that was straightly, founded by our HOD, Dr. Satvik Khara sir. So, that was a team of 24. So, when we became more than 24 people actually. So, when we became the cloud captains, our sir believes in this thing that no matter what kind of a technical group or anything initiative it should be for the members only. So he never biased ki this is from AWS, this is from IEEE, this is from Google or anything like that. So his motto was everyone should work together. So the whole AWS team, that so the IEEE team was the AWS team somehow. So we were in IEEE too. We got into AWS, and those members also, those 24 plus members also transitioned into AWS. So it was like a group of people, group of students who were actually really into AWS, really into IEEE, really into GDG, and everything together, coming together and serving. So this is like a fact that we just didn't serve just one community, that is AWS, but we were actually part of many communities, and that's what made us bridge more and give a more broader perspective. So instead of having labels, we were all together in a way, in the same boat, and working as for community just to bring more for our members. That's what we believed in.
Yeah. One question is might be like for in benefit of all the captains going to be captains like future captains. Let's say it's your club cloud club says cloud club Silver Rock University. Does it mean you are just limited to Silver Rock University also, or you can do like apart from university also if your university allow?
Yeah, so if your cloud club, like we said, we were from Silver Oak University, but we are not limited to just Silver Oak University. We are limited to other universities too. Yeah, we have the name, and we can be the bridge for AWS, but it is for the benefit for the broader audience, broader students, not just our university. And yeah, our university has also supported us in many ways. Like we went to Polytechnic Girls School for a session. That was them, getting known about the services. So there were so many initiatives like that we went for.
Great, Raji, you wanted to add something on that? It is limited to university, or what is your thoughts?
I mean, I am a person who is friend in one of all the universities. So when I became the cloud captain, as Janvi covered the most of the part, that it is for the broader perspective and broader audience, I will say. So one of my other friends suggested and invited, कि if it's feasible for you guys, then do come and take one session in our university too. And when you and to be right now, if we according to statistics, our AWS Cloud Club at Silver Oak University is only AWS Cloud Club in Ahmedabad. So for when we organize any event or anything like that, me and Janvi get some messages on LinkedIn that we are from another university and can we also come to attend the event and everything. So that is one of the support that we got from our faculty, is that okay, our event our most of the events are open for all the students. That if some else university student is want to attend the event, so they can directly come and attend it.
That's really nice, actually. That means you are not limited. You wanted to spread that AWS community, student community across the other university also, and that's good part of even your university they allowed actually. So that's something good, excellent. Last probably question. You should have you know uh, charity start from first, right?
Yeah.
Me. So what I my question is basically You have done a lot of things and other lot of. What is your personal benefit apart now? You are you gain actually from all this experience 1 year or maybe 1.5 year. What should you say, like this will be the most important personal benefit or gain or achievement or something through cloud club? So what it could be?
My God, sir is asking to directly open the Pandora's box.
But keep it short. We are almost.
Hmm.
You can go ahead, no problem. It's online streaming, so no problem. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so for personal benefit, as a part of Cloud Club member, as Janvi already said, that we do get swags and everything, and we do provide it to our core team. The members who are helping us the most do get the benefits directly from the captain, right?
So everybody loves swag.
Yeah, everyone. Who can say no to the freebies that we are getting? And so yeah, basically, as the part of being the captain, you do get some perks directly from advocacy team. Obviously, if you are becoming lead from some community and all, you do get some personal benefits that are for your own. And for me, I will say I got one of the best things that were given to me by advocacy team was the certification voucher.
Wow.
And that too certification voucher for associate level exam. So those are some 175 or $200 exam, and when you get the free voucher for that, it just takes your heartbeat pop out. Okay, I can do the certification with myself. So that is one of the most beneficiary part that I see. And another one is obviously networking, that I got to meet with the UG people, UG professional community builders. I got to connect with them and take myself to the international level. So that was one beneficiary part for me and for Janvi.
Yeah, I will agree that there was a lot of visibility, like through networking and everything. And there was a some kind of, you can say, where, if it was easier to meet people from professional people, they were more, susceptible to us because we were captains. For me, I'll say I like reading a lot. I like learning new things. So we got Udemy license for a year.
That's great.
So that made me, that also made me help, pass the certification, like associate level certifications. But as well as same time, I'm interested in research and everything, so it gave me, more topics to learn from, as well as anything. So I use my Udemy account a lot. So that was what I'll say the biggest thing for me, to learn more.
Great. And opportunities, in terms of opportunity, you got some opportunity,
Well, first of all,
maybe attending something or career or somewhere.
well, yeah, once you become the cloud captain, obviously you get so there is this thing called captain's call, which we used to have every month. So in that captain's call, there is always some professional person from AWS itself, and they come and explain to us the service or something, share their knowledge and everything with us directly. So it was like all of the captains, and that person is taking them.
That's really good.
So yeah, that is one of the part that I get to connect with them. And other than that, in terms of opportunity, I will obviously one of the best opportunity was to connect with the my user group, my city's user group, which is AWS UG Ahmedabad. And from there, once I started volunteering there, so I got different opportunity, and that was kind of my like door to the professionalism and everything. So that was the cool opportunities I get from the receive from being a cloud captain.
Great.
I'll also add that I got a lot of opportunity to take session as speaker. So it was through UG. So that I found was like, a benefit for that. Okay, I got to explore myself and establish myself as a professional too, somewhere.
Okay. You wanted to thanks to AWS advocacy team. Whom do you thank? Maybe a list, but you should. This is a stage you can thank to them. They are with AWS or not, that does not matter. So if you can speak out some name.
Yeah, so our advocacy team consisted during our tenure was Jen Looper, Tracy Wang, who's still in AWS, Evan Curtis, Stephen Howell. So these four were the core. And now we also, in the end, we also had a new member called Kashiko, who's still in AWS. A lot, but what did not change was still we still talk with them all the time. We still, drop them a message. They also check up on us all the time. What didn't go was the sentiment. The sentiment of how they, pushed us to grow. And even when things got a bit harder for us, like when people were leaving and everything, they still gave that stability ki, no matter what happens, at the end of the day we're still supporting you. So I'll say for me personally, I'm very connected with Tracy and Jen. So I'd like to thank them a lot because they shaped me a lot as a person, as a AWS cloud captain.
I think all name Jamie is already
Yeah.
taken. So anybody else?
All the names are being taken by Janvi. Yeah, I also thank you.
Great, great. Last point, then probably we can conclude this. Okay, probably you can go.
So this question is by Positivity. Okay, so once someone enters the tenure of cloud captaincy, what do we exactly like? How do we bring in events, or are there any guidelines to be followed during the tenure?
Probably you can share like how you qualify for the events and doors will open. I hope it is still valid, but you
Yeah.
can share your experience.
So right now the AWC captaincy tenure is divided in tiers like silver, gold, platinum tiers. So let's just say the main crux of it is you can do any technical event, like you can bring a speaker from AWS, or any your local speaker that can give this much proficiency of a event, of us as a speaker in an event. You can do any hands-on activities. For hands-on activities, they AWS already advocacy team already provides camps. So there is AWS infrastructure camp, there is Gen AI camp, there is S3 camp. These all camps. So for that, AWS, the captains have to qualify themselves through a test, and once they get approved, you get sanctioned labs from AWS for particular, like just say 50 to 60 members, where on that day you can open that lab and learn from it. So this is one thing. You can do any technical event, as I said. There is a thing called, this could be our main event, that is AWS community student community day. So this is a community days thing, like it's for a larger audience, for students and professionals both, where a lot of speakers for with different tracks come in and give their expertise. This is one thing, as well as your what you locally do, like meetups. So AWS Cloud Club also has very small meetups where you meet with the members, come to know about them, or the certification. You provide them, like let's just say someone is interested in certifications and everything, so you provide them a learning path and everything. You do that every month. So there are a lot of things like that, but you can also bring what you want. For example, in our AWS club, we brought depresser. We liked that a lot, so we continued it in our captaincy era too. So there are a lot of things what you can bring into. There is no a constraint to that.
So as per like what you are explained, it is kind of you are a gateway to AWS advocacy team for all students actually. So the facility comes through you, and you have good responsibility also. Like a lot of things comes.
Yeah.
I think last year they provided around 20 certificates something. That's huge
Last
number.
year, yeah, last year 20, this year, and they provided 9 to us.
That's also a good number.
Yeah.
Not bad. Rajiv, in your case, you wanted to ask, give the answer of that question. If you can repeat again that question, please. How to, do the events and what are the.
What are the tips and guidelines?
Yeah, so 99% of the things are covered by Janvi. So yeah, you just have to be confident enough. You just have to be present enough that okay, you should know okay, at what time you should provide what type of service or what type of awareness uh, in our university. So January or June is like admission. New students come in through the admission and new batches starts. So that time we have discussion, we have meetings and everything. So we find as okay, this month is good enough to do the awareness thing. So sometimes as being a leader, you should also know that okay, at what time you should present what thing to your club. Like we did cloud elevate, we did another like one of the event is deep pressure. So we did that event in the uh, what do you say month or where most of the people were available. Like in cloud elevate, we are able to get the 350 plus audience. So at the you sometimes you have to make things available, and when you talk with advocacy team, you also have to bring honesty to that of that okay, we are having this much members, we are gonna have this much members more add-ons, so we are thinking of doing these things or something like that. And if they find it good enough for the club, So they also have some feasibility that they can increase the number of things that they provide to us.
Great. So I know that Cloud Elevate, the, a lot of things has happened and it was very good. It was the first event probably your university did on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was a challenge for them also, but then it is supported very well. And I think one of the highest number we got on Sunday,
Yeah, it was a
all
highlight.
supported. Great. You wanted to add something?
Yeah, as well as you cannot actually, this is a, I don't know, or you cannot collaborate with Google or Microsoft.
So that means your competition. So AWS, there will be a guideline for all actually for user group for students, but you can go ahead, no problem.
Yeah, so if you want to, guidelines, that is the only one specific guideline that we had, was that you cannot compete or do an event together with Google or Microsoft.
Correct. So last, uh, you know, your tenure is finished, and now you are ex Cloud Club captain. So my question is like now what you will do as a community member, or you wanted to be something what you are looking for, continue with community, or what else you wanted to do community.
Okay.
Now give chance to the Raju first.
My God. uh, so okay, now that our tenure has ended, we started being part of the community and doing some volunteering before our tenure ended. And for me, being in some kind of community or a community or group has always helped me in making myself grow in terms of professionalism and representing myself. So yeah, as a cloud captain, my tenure is over. But as a volunteer for the user group or for another community in future, if I get to be part of another community or something like that, but I will be still happy to contribute in terms of volunteering some community, because I feel when you start being professional, once you start going to the job and everything, you don't get to you don't get the time easily to explore other services or other new things in the technology. But when you are part of community and all, when you attend meetups, when you connect with the people, new people and everything, so you get all news of the technological market, you get the new advancement things and everything. So it's always helpful to you in those terms of things. So I will continue with the community.
Great. Janvi.
Okay, so he already said that we will still be active as UG members. We have, but one of the main thing is this YouTube channel. I don't know if I should, put it out like that, but this would be our own PR promotion. We want to start new series. This is like how Sir said that this is the minus one of it, but we'll soon start it from next month itself, where we'll bring, we are still learning, okay, guys. So we might make mistakes, but slowly and steadily, we are also gonna build an online initiative where we'll bring new speakers. We'll do live sessions like that, plus more like podcast, maybe videos coming in. Who knows? You never know. But yeah, that's what I'm focused on right now. I want to bring more to this.
Yeah, so I think you both are doing fantastic job. At least in I can see in our user group also, you've done a remarkable contribution even, and I see like the path could be. I request you to apply for community builder. That's could be the next natural stage to transit. So I think it should be actually. You have done a lot of things, so it will be easy. Start with community builder. That will give you good visibility also. And yes, like this stage is for you actually. I'm minus one, so trying something. So
Yes,
I believe
only.
like if you are trying to do something new, then mistake will happen. If you are not trying to do anything, then there is no mistake. So let it be. We'll continue. We learn from our mistake and we'll improve our mistake. So don't worry about the mistake. We will continue with that, improving our mistake, and probably eventually will be the good. Right. So we can, Cloud Club captain or Cloud Club symbol at which hand we have to say.
Yeah, the same.
Right.
This is the symbol for Cloud Club. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us and all the best for Cloud Club captain. If you require any help, you can connect me, you can connect Janvi, or you can connect Rajiv. We'll try to help you. Either you wanted to present something. We tried to do this slightly early. Reason being, we can help you. And you can get some insight about how to apply. And once you will be Cloud Club captain, what are the things like you are supposed to do. And if you are in Ahmedabad and Gujarat, probably we'd love to connect with you as a user group, and we'll do a lot of things together and we'll support you. So if you are facing any difficulty for application, we are with you and we'll help you to apply and more confidently. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you, Janvi. Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you, sir.
Next time we will be hosting this. So it's all to you. Bye, everyone. So we are now
Bye.
disconnecting.